my father were very close. We used to do everything together. Whatever I was doing, he was doing it with me, or whatever he was doing, I was doing it with him. One of the most memorable moments with my dad was when we go to Cabela's and just hang out. And we'd go to the gun store, we'd go to the hunting section, we'd go to the camping section. Everywhere we could go, we would go. We would go to the mall and just hang out with each other, go get food, go get coffee, just talk about our lives, talk about our days, and it was amazing. So one night he was actually pretty sick. He was just coughing more than normal, just kind of tired, and he had gone onto the couch after work, and he was just like kind of sitting there watching a movie, and I come sit down, and we start talking about our day. He starts coughing, and my mom's like, "Hey, Austin, can you go up and grab Dad's inhaler for him?" I was like, "Okay." So I went upstairs, got to the railing, and grabbed his inhaler, came out to the railing, and he was passed out. He was unconscious, unresponsive. She calls 911, and I'm paralyzed. I don't know what to do. They get here finally, they start doing CPR, and then they get him on a roller and go to the hospital. For 2 hours, I didn't know anything. I was just helpless for 2 hours, and I was like, what is happening? What just happened? It was a normal night, like any other night. What just happened? All of a sudden, I hear the garage door open, so I rush out of my room, and I open the garage door. I see my mom get out of the car. My mom comes in. She looks at me, and she just shakes her head. And she's like, "Dad didn't make it. I'm so sorry." That was so hard to know that my hero, my indestructible hero, just was human. My sister started sobbing. She was 10 at the time. My mom's just distraught. We don't know what to do. My Nana is so distraught she can't even speak. My picture of God in all this moment was, he took everything away from me, and I don't want anything to do with him. I was just nothing but partying and drinking and doing nothing but that. That season lasted about 5 months. Anything and everything to get away from God, running as far as I could. I was trying to fill a hole in my heart with worldly things and anything and everything I could, except in the back of my head I knew that only God could fill that hole. My mom gave me my dad's journal Bible, and I was like, "I don't want this right now. This is not what I want." And she's like, "I know, but just keep it. It was your dad's, so it must mean something to you." I was like, "Fine, whatever." So I toss it in my closet, and I close the door, and I forget about it. About a couple weeks down the road, I'm drinking in my room, as per usual. And the closet door was open, which was pretty unusual because ever since I was a kid, I hated the closet door open. But I see out of the corner of my eye my dad's journal Bible, and I see this light, so I go to it, and it was the journal Bible. I was like, you know what? Might as well just open it up, read a verse, and throw it back in the closet, laugh at it, and go to sleep. I open it up to Matthew, and I read the first verse that I saw, and it was when Jesus was eating with all the tax collectors and sinners. And the Pharisees say, "Hey, what's going on? Why are you eating with these people? They're sinners and tax collectors. They're not worthy of your teaching." And Jesus says, The well have no need of a doctor, but the sick. Learn what this means. I desire mercy, not sacrifice. I did not come for the righteous, but the sinners to repentance. And all of a sudden, I just feel a bat strike me in the back of the head. And I just have a aching headache. Like, this is not what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be following God. Like my mom and like my dad taught me. I'm supposed to be following him. I start bawling. I start, repenting of all my ways, doing all this kind of stuff. And that was a pivotal moment of when I changed. It was like all the comfort in the world couldn't have amounted to the comfort I felt. Every angry thought that I had towards God just dissipated, and everything that I did just left my mind, and all I could think about was Him, and all I could think about was the Holy Spirit. I just wanted to know more of Him, and being able to not come to a human for all my problems and all my mistakes and all my sin, but to come to you as my sole purpose, as my sole provider. The way that God is shaping me into the man that He needs me to be is making me patient, is making me trust more in Him, and making me fall on my knees more and just fully surrendering to Him. The advice I give to people that are going through stuff is to don't quit. Don't quit. Get back up and keep on moving forward through God. When you're going through a storm, make sure to fall on your knees and praise. Going through the storm and trusting in God and praising in the storm is easier than running away from the storm, because it's always going to catch up to you and catch you off guard. It's always going to throw you off balance, throw you off your path. But the one thing that'll keep you on your path is God.